Thank you very much, and we want to welcome you into our team informational call. And we do want to emphasize that this is a team call. This is not a company call, and this is not a corporate call. This is our little team and our little family of members. My name is Larry, and I am in beautiful Naples, Florida. And a little bit humid, but we do have beautiful, bright, blue, sunny skies, and we want to welcome everybody in. The only thing that would make Naples, Florida better would be if we could get this real estate market turned around, because, as you know, we have been in a real state of recession in the real estate industry, especially here in Southwest Florida for the last 2 years. And I say that because I'm in the real estate business. I'm a realtor, and we have lost 70% of our family income because of this recession with the real estate industry. There's just nobody buying. There's nobody can buy, nobody can sell. And so goes the real estate industry, so goes the economy of this country. I was very fortunate. The reason I bring that up is because I had another friend, a realtor, to introduce me to Passport to Wealth. I became a member on June the 1st of 2007, and since then, the income from Passport is more than making up for the income that we've lost in our real estate business. So I'm extremely blessed and extremely grateful for this. And, when you lose 70% of your family income, but you don't lose 70% of the bills, it really puts life into a very stressful situation. So Passport has truly been a blessing to us. Going to turn the call over now to Jeannie, who is our team founder and our team leader. And it's really turned her life around, because a year ago this time, before she joined, she too was in a dilemma and had lost a big portion of income, and she was right down to having to make a decision on whether to make the mortgage payment or buy food and groceries for the kids. So with that, I'd like to turn the call over to the heart of our team. So having said that, let's say good morning to Jeannie. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Larry. Thank you so much for that introduction. I really appreciated it. I'd like to welcome everybody to today's call. As Larry mentioned, I am a stay-at-home mom. It is this business, by the grace of God, that I'm even still at home, because last winter it just came so close to having to hit that traditional workforce. But I was faced with getting some applications out there because we had had a huge chunk of our income fell out of our budget. It wasn't really anyone's fault. It was just one of those things, but it did leave me with not enough money coming in to cover everything that having 3 kids at home still requires. But after I got my applications out, I actually got an email from a friend of mine. And although I don't look at any of those home business anymore out online, when I got her email, it did get my attention. And, I thought just I would go watch the movie just because I received it from her, but I knew it wasn't going to be something that was going to be an option for me. But I'll tell you, by the time I got done with the Passport to Wealth movie, it left me wanting this company to be the solution to my financial problems. I was still kind of afraid to move forward, though. That was the thing. That old saying, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably isn't true. I just had that ringing in my head, and I was afraid to take that step to put it on my card, because I didn't have the money to start a business right then, so I knew I was going to have to charge it, and I was afraid I wouldn't be able to pay it back. So what I did was I decided I was going to pray about it, and after doing that, I got a hold of a friend of mine who is a retired detective out of the New York City Police Department, and he has the capability to do background checks. He actually looked into the background of the company and the owner for me, and he came back with a 2 thumbs up for the whole program. Felt the owner is a marketing genius, and he felt the compensation plan was going to be the perfect fit for me. So what it finally boiled down to was I just kept thinking if I could get 1 sale a month, that extra $997 was going to be, the perfect thing for us right then. The fact that our movie is very good. And I knew that when I watched, but what I have found now that I've been in it for a year is the movie does all of the selling. And that is a key point. I love to share things from the heart, but I don't want to have to sell people on things. So the fact, that the movie does the presenting is huge for me. And you get to keep 100% of the profits, which is $997 each time you have a sale. And most importantly, that's when you're going to start collecting those two-ups. It is those qualifying sales that have caused me to have days that I have 4, 5, even 6 and 7 sales all in one day because people are getting qualified and throwing up sales. So it really has been financially, it has been huge for myself and my kids. We're not multiple levels. We do not go down several different levels. But we are definitely creating that residual income that we've all been looking for because we're developing pay legs that pay out to infinity. So it really is the most powerful pay plan that I have ever experienced online, or period, to be perfectly frank. Now, I joined on the 27th of February, 2007. It took me a couple of weeks to get my advertising in place. On the 16th of March is when the first sale came that I got to keep. And although I was just hoping for that one sale a month, that extra $997 to replace the income that had fallen out of our budget, what I remember happening, I just remember thinking, okay, that takes care of March. Now I've got to find a sale for April so that I can stop this, feeling like I've got to go out and get a job. What actually happened was before I finished the month of March, I actually had 15 sales, went into April averaging a sale a day, and starting in May of 2007, I started making over $40,000 a month with this program. I've even had a month that I made over $50,000. So it really, has just turned out so much different than I had envisioned it from the beginning. It is just because of those qualifying sales, this company just kind of takes on a life of its own, kind of has a snowball effect. Even if you start out slower than I did, just by getting a couple of people in place, by tapping them into our training system, I'll tell you a little bit more about in just a second, your people are going to, get their advertising immediately in place, and that's what expands your business. So by that third or fourth month, you're going to have several people in place and multiple sales coming in. Now, the secret to our company is getting people looking at your movie. As I mentioned, that movie is going to do so much of the work for you, but you've got to get people looking at it. And we've got companies who are outside. They're not affiliated with us, but they work very well for us. It takes you 5 minutes to sign up for them. They're very automated because then they will go out and they're going to do the marketing for you, looking for people who are interested in starting a home business. Then they're going to send those people directly to your movie for you, completely hands-off for you. So it really doesn't get any easier than those companies getting the traffic right to your website, and they're very cost-effective. So those calls are also excellent because, when we're brand new, we don't always know what to do with our brand new people, and all we have to do is make sure they have our team training site, our training call schedule, and they can come over and get set up, just by simply tapping into that call. 4 days a week, I get on the call. It's not just me; it's other key leaders. Larry's on our calls. You heard him asking for Dolin as our computer expert. She's always on our question and answer calls. Actually, she is now doing a webinar for people who want to learn even the free forms, anything about your computer, how to copy and paste. She's there showing people visually how to do things if you want to learn something like that. If you have one of our free, our automated forms of traffic, you won't have to worry about that. But so she's doing a webinar 4 days a week for us. The rest of us are on the call doing question and answers for marketing and, how to get started. Any types of questions, we're there, and we stay there until all of the questions have been answered.